Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know if I'm like screwing myself over by saying this right now, but let me know in the comments below if my lashes look kind of wonky. I just did a video where I attempted to put on false lashes, the magnetic ones, and wasn't easy, nor was it fun, but I still have them on, and yeah. They're just accents, so I figured I'd keep them on and just let me know what you guys think. I really think that this one is much easier for me to put on than this one is, and I feel like it's definitely behaving better, but yeah, I could have just like watched people be like, I didn't even notice until you pointed it out. I'm just like, shoot. Alright, so as it says in the title, I always start my intros like this, saying like, you know what I'm going to talk about because it says it in the title. But I'm going to be talking about my favorite makeup products of all time. This isn't just, you know, this year, this month. These are just makeup products that I really actually used up. Like, I buy a lot of makeup because there are new things that come out all the time, and I don't really have time or the like space to kind of really dig in to all my makeup. So a lot of them look pretty brand new, but these are products that I have really like dug into, or products that I've finished and I've repurchased. So yeah, that is what this video is going to be about. So if you're interested in checking out what my favorite makeup products of all time are, then let's head into the video. Okay, so we're just going to head into it. Let's start off with the base. For my base, I have these two products right here. No surprise, the Professional by Benefit. This is the smaller tube, but I have purchased this numerous times. I've had a bunch of them, and I love them. I like any primer that is really pore filling because I do have big pores in this area. So if I don't prime my entire face, I always make sure, even if I'm not putting on makeup, I always make sure to fill in this little section. And so I love the Benefit Professional for that, but as of this year I have become quite into this one right here, and this is the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. And I want to say that I've had this for like, I want to say 2 months, 3 months, and look at it, it is nearing its end. All the way in there. And I love this stuff. It is a paste, like it feels like a paste. And what I do is I just take some, I dip my finger and take some, and I kind of just press it in right here in this area, and it really does do a nice job in filling in my pores. Now, for foundation, I am sorry to say, but I do not have a favorite foundation of all time. I feel like I've not found my favorite foundation. For a long time, I really loved the Becca mattifying foundation. I'll put it right here. I used this until it was completely empty, and I loved it during the summertime. I wore it on my wedding day. It was great because I get oily in the summertime, so this was nice. But now I feel like I'm very combination. I have dry patches in certain areas, and I still haven't found the foundation that works best for me. Right now I'm really into a couple of foundations. I mean, this is a CC cream. I've been trying this out, the It Cosmetics CC cream, and I still haven't decided if I love or if I hate this, or if I'm just like meh about it, but I always go back to it. It has SPF 50 in it. It has anti-aging hydrating serum in it, so I think this is a great it's a great product, and it has great coverage for a CC cream, and I like it. It doesn't feel too heavy on my skin. Completely opposite to that, I've really been enjoying the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. This is very full coverage, but again, these are just products that I am testing and trying out. I wouldn't call them my favorites of all time yet, so I have not found a favorites of all time for foundation. Moving into concealer, I'm going to be quite typical and say Tarte Shape Tape. I have these shades Fair Neutral and Light Neutral, and this is the best concealer of all time. This is not my favorite concealer of all time. This is just the best foundation. This is just the best concealer of all time. The thing about it is full coverage and it is heavy. So if you think it's a little drying, go in with an oil underneath, or a moisturizer, or an eye cream, just to hydrate your skin underneath your eyes a little extra before going in with this. But this is a great great, great concealer. And another concealer that I really, really, truly love for a little less coverage. I don't want to say less coverage. It's less heavy. And it's not as thick, but this has great coverage. And this is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer, and I love this. I discovered this way before I started using Tarte Shape Tape, and I think this is a phenomenal concealer. Excuse me. Right now I have this in medium golden. It is a couple of shades darker for my skin tone, but what I was using it for was that I was using it to color correct and to conceal. So I would just dab a little bit right here, and it would really like cancel out my dark circles. And I love this. It can be used with foundation, without foundation on its own. It is a great, great concealer. Oh, next, let's go in with face palettes. Face palettes. So when contouring first became a thing, we know that Anastasia Beverly Hills changed the game, and I had to have these in the powder and the cream. So these are the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kits in the powder and the cream, and I have light for this one. This one doesn't say it on it, but it is the light one as well. And I have gone in with these products, as you can see, and I love them. I think they are classic, and they will always be the palettes that really change the game. So I love those. Let's talk about bronzers. Physicians Formula bronzers. I have been obsessed with these for a very, very long time. The butter bronzer a little bit more recently. It's just like a texture that I've never felt before. I mean, butter bronzer really is a good name for this. It smells like a tropical vacation, as I'm sure everybody is aware. And it just, anytime I dip any of my brushes in, I know when my face brushes have been in this, because they still smell like this forever and ever until I wash them. Another one is this one, the Magic Mosaic Multicolor Custom Bronzer. This is light bronzer, and this is by Physicians Formula. And I've always loved Physicians Formula bronzers. I've always used them. I love these. These are great. A cream bronzer little face palette is by e.l.f. Oh my goodness, and this is disgustingly dirty. I apologize, but this is the Bronzed Peach, and these are like putty. Oh, they're so good. I usually use these when did I even swatch those? I didn't really even swatch them, but I'll show you guys. They can be very opaque or very light. They're very blendable, and I love these. I usually wear them when I'm not wearing any makeup and I just want something like natural looking. Creams are nice. I like going in with a cream, and so these are great. And I think this is only like $6, and I've really dug into that. Other face palettes that I love. This is the Park Avenue Princess palette by Tarte. And this is great because you get a big bronzer pan, good for, swiveling in a big bronzer brush, and then you have half a blush and half a highlighter. And these are both great items. I have really gone to town on those. But this is a great all-in-one travel palette. Another little palette that I really, really put through the ringer is this Nars palette. And this is the Orgasm and Laguna bronzer and blush. And oh my goodness, look at this. They do have a bigger one. This is the mini version. I used to have a bigger one. I went through it, and then I decided to get this just for traveling, and it is dead too. But this is great. Laguna bronzer is a really fantastic bronzer, and I can't even tell you about the Orgasm blush. It is a cult favorite, and for a reason. It's a great blush. Now recently, an item that I recently added to my collection as one of my favorite makeup products of all time is this Nars Narcissist Unfiltered One Cheek Palette. Oh my goodness. This palette, these blushes, Nars blushes are phenomenal. I have never seen a blush be put on at 8 o'clock in the morning and still be there in full force at 6 o'clock at night. I've never seen that. Usually when I put on a blush, I have to touch up a few hours later, but this is my favorite shade right here. It looks very purpley, but once you put it on, it's not, it's like more of a pinky shade. And I love this. I will put this on my cheeks in the morning and come the afternoon time, even the evening, it'll still be there and it'll still look like I'm blushing, and it's so pretty and I love it. I love that it also comes with a highlighter. It's a very universal highlighter. It's like a champagne gold. Not to mention that the blushes come in, the bottom row is all mattes and then the top rows are shimmers, but look at that highlight. Like, it's so pretty. And it's nice for a variety of skin tones. You know, these, I feel like these are very universally flattering, and then these can also be used as highlighters for deeper skin tones. I really think this is a phenomenal palette, and the quality of the shadows is like unparalleled. Suzanne using big words. Okay. Last like face powder is this highlighter right here, and this is by Physicians Formula, and this is their shimmer strip, one of their shimmer strips. And this is a Vegas strip. It's light bronzer. So I think this is phenomenal. It's incredible. I've really dug into this. It goes from light to dark. You can really either, you know, put your brush through the whole thing and just put it on, or you can target more of a bronzy look up here, more of a golden look at the bottom. And these are great. Physicians Formula makes great face products. Loose powders. Let's talk about loose powders. These are my favorite powders. Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder has always been my favorite powder of all time. It is great. Keeps my oils at bay. Does what I want it to do. But recently I've really enjoyed this Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder, because recently I feel like my skin has been drier, and this is very heavy duty. So this has been a little bit nicer at keeping just things looking great and unoily. I love it for setting or baking my face. It works great. So these are great. Setting spray, all-nighter setting spray by Urban Decay. I don't know if I have found the love of my life in terms of setting spray. I feel like I always buy the Urban Decay one because it is a tried and true product. One thing I cannot stand about this is the smell. I hate the smell on this. Every time, like if I walk into Sephora and I need to just touch up, I'll walk over to this, the full size one, and just kind of, and I'll just be like, and I'll be like, ugh, like I have to go spray myself with some perfume or something, because I do not like the way this smells, but works great. Milani, Make It Last and Make It Dewy. Those are both phenomenal ones. I will put them right here. Make It Last, Make It Dewy. Great drugstore options, and they smell fantastic. I love the way that these smell. They smell great. All right, so let's head over to eyes, and I'll start off with some eye palettes. This palette, when this first came out, I needed to have it. I needed to have this palette when it first came out. It is one of the first makeup products I have ever purchased. It was actually, I purchased it during my first purchase at Sephora, and I was living in Indiana and I didn't have a Sephora in Lafayette in the area that I was living in, and they opened one inside the JCPenney's at Sephora, and I stood in line for about 2 hours on, I believe it was like a Tuesday morning or something, at 7 a.m. and waited for them all to open so that I could get into Sephora. And this is one of the items that I bought. Please don't be afraid at what this palette looks like, because I put it through the works. This is what the palette looks like. And when I bought it, I want to say, well, thinking about it now, it's an all-around great palette. Like, it has, it all looks all the same right now, but it has like a matte crease color and another one, like a nice brown bone color that are matte, and then it's got a matte black, and it's got like all sorts of cool tones and warm tones. So this palette really does have everything. I mean, I guess it doesn't have like warm tone, bronzy, and like burgundy colors, but I feel like we have enough of those right now. But it's just a great palette, and I've really dug into this palette, and it was my go-to palette. I was always wearing them. I was working at Bath & Body Works, and I would come in purple shadow, green shadow, blue shadow, all from this palette. I didn't care, and I loved it. loved it. More recently, my favorite palettes, and these are my go-to palettes. I've talked about these multiple times and I adore them. I have the Tartelette Tease palette and the Smashbox Cover Shot Matte Eye Palette. And this is what these babies look like. Oh, so powdery. Really need to clean them. This is what these look like, and they are just all around great traveling everyday palettes. I have a tutorial using this palette, and it is actually my most popular video on YouTube, so thank you, Smashbox. So I bought this at Ulta, and it's a completely matte palette, which is why I love it so much. I use it, you know, when I'm on my way to work, and I like the way it's set up where this side is warm and this side is cool, and you can decide what you'd like. If you want a matte cool look, you have that. If you want a matte warm look, then you have that as well. And sometimes, like a lot of times when I'm going to work, I just want matte shadows, and this was the shortcoming in this palette. This palette is great. It has 2 mattes, 2 shimmers, 2 darker shades, and it's divided where you have cooler, so it's more brown, and then warmer that is more like burgundy up here, and you have you know, transition shade / brow bone, and this is, you know, like an eggshell, and this is a little bit pinkier, and then you have 2 shimmers, and then you have the darker shades. But sometimes the shimmers were getting in when I didn't want shimmer, and that is why I went and picked up the Smashbox matte palette. But I love these both. I think for everyday makeup or for travel, these are great. You can get stunning looks. Really, I mean, really nice, pretty looks. I love these palettes. Now, a little bit about multifunctional palette, and when this came out, I thought it like really changed the game for me, and I couldn't wait to get this, couldn't wait, but I actually ended up with 2 of them. I put one in my giveaway, and it went out in my first ever giveaway. This is one of my favorite palettes of all time, and this is the Alchemist palette by Kat Von D, and it is stunning, and it is a mess because I've seriously like gone into it. Oh my goodness, this is such a cool palette. It's so cool. And the whole holographic thing, I mean, this isn't holographic, it's very iridescent, but these are just so cool. I love them. I love popping these in my inner corner for a really nice, different inner corner highlight look. This is a great palette. Now, liners. These liners are my favorites. They're at the drugstore. This is the L'Oreal Silk Kiss-Me liner, and they come in so many different colors. I have this pure purple, cobalt blue, Illumineur. It's like a pink with shimmer in it, green ivy, and this plum shade. I also have a couple of blacks somewhere and a brown, but these are great. Now the thing about this is that I realized that my eyes have become very sensitive to glitters, because some of them are glittery. So what I'll do is I'll put them on top of my eyes or underneath, just not on my waterline. But these are great. They will stay forever and ever and ever, and they will not break the bank because you can buy them at Walmart, Ulta, Target, Walgreens, anywhere, because everywhere sells L'Oreal, and you can find these at your local grocery store. And these are great. They stay all day. They don't budge. They have very intense pigment, and they are great. Favorites. Favorite liquid liner of all time is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner in Intense Black. I have had maybe 6 or 7 of these, and I love them. I've turned my sisters onto them as well, so they each have one always. I have 2 right now. One goes in one of those drawers over there. The other one is always in my purse. These are great, and I prefer them to the Kat Von D Trooper Liner. Just saying. Favorite mascara of all time is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. And this is a great product. I don't know what it is, if it's the brush, but I love this. I need to get a new one. It just adds great length, great volume. It stays all day. It feels waterproof. I believe it is. And Maybelline really does a great job with all of their mascaras, and this is my favorite mascara by far. Brow product is the Brow Stylist Definer by L'Oreal. I love this. I love how small the tip is on this. I love this. I have maybe 4 of them flying about. I love how it comes with a spoolie on one side, and the pencil is very thin, and this is in the shade Brunette, and I have it on my eyes today, and I love it. Love it. Last but not least, we have lips. This lipstick by Milani. It's number 61 Matte Naked. I have maybe 3 of these, and I love the way this smells. I love the shade of this. It is all around just a nice matte nude. And I love it. This is such a pretty color. I wear it all the time, all the time, all the time. And then, of course, gloss. The Butter Gloss by NYX. This is in the shade, I think it's like Angel Food Cake or something. Is it? Oh no, this is Apple Strudel. Smells so good. I love these. The high-end ones that I like are the Marc Jacobs High Shine lip glosses with these in the drugstore. Actually, just in general, these are fabulous lip glosses. They're not sticky, they're not goopy, they just leave your lips feeling so pillowy and beautiful. And I love these. These are great. So that's what I have. Oh, I have 2 more things. These are not makeup products, but makeup tools. And these are my favorite tools of all time. The Beauty Blender really popped out and changed the game in terms of makeup application. And I feel like this was like a phenomenal creation. I feel like things will never be the same. I love the original pink Beauty Blender the most. I think it works the best. I love it for foundation, concealer. It doesn't leave you looking cakey. It absorbs the right amount of product and just gives you a nice all-around flawless look. I love the Beauty Blender, the original Beauty Blender. And this brush, this is the first brush I ever bought. This is the Sephora Pro Airbrush, number 55. And I love this brush. I'll use it with some finishing powder to kind of just dust all over the face. I'll use it for blush sometimes. I'll use it for contour, bronzer. I'll use it to set my face. This is just an all-around phenomenal brush, and I paid like 30 bucks for it during my first ever Sephora purchase. This was the only face brush that I had, and it is such a great brush, and I love this. So yeah, those are all my favorite products of all time. Makeup is just incredible, and I have too much of it, but I love it and I can't stop buying it. So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking around, you guys. Please let me know if any of these products are your favorite products of all time. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Be sure to subscribe before you guys leave. Give this video a thumbs up, and leave me any comments you'd like to in the comment section below. I will definitely get back to you. Have a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.